Alright, we are on Metropolis, guys, and to the top of the map now, in the orange, we have our Protoss player starting for the Slayers team. It is...
Slayer's Puzzle.
Yes. What do you think Puzzle is going to do? Do you know what he's going to play here?
Puzzle or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but if I speak, maybe not possible.
No. Well, to the left of the map, before we start with the strategies, we currently have in the teal our Terran player. And this is none other than Maru. Whoa, before you leave, just tell us
Maru
what Puzzle is going to do.
It's secret, sorry guys.
No, he's already playing. Nobody can tell him.
You
Come on,
will
Stella.
watch this.
Yeah, we will watch, but give us a hint.
No.
Please?
Doesn't make guess?
Oh my god. This is bad manner right there. Thanks for joining me. Thank you very, very much. And, well, we have a new caster now. Sella just left, and I have my lonely wolf with me once again.
I'm so glad to be back, man. I got off an airplane, and I ran to the studio. I jumped through fire and things of that nature. But now I'm finally here. It feels so good to be back. Even a new mouse at the observing desk, or at the, my little observing computer I have here.
Yeah, but look at the keyboard. We realized that yesterday, and I think Artosis must have slept with the wrong person, made someone really, really angry. I don't know, but the keyboard is actually the dirtiest keyboard I've ever seen in my life.
It's pretty dirty, but it is a DT35, so I'm glad it's here. So I just saw, as I was getting my makeup on, we saw a failed bunker rush by a Terran against Curious. I saw that Curious won, but I didn't see the Terran was... Bomber, okay.
It was Bomber against Curious, so basically the team match, and we have two Start Hill players in today's group, and therefore, we had a pretty short game, but now we are watching Puzzle against Maru.
Maru, man. I cannot wait to see what Maru is going to do here. So far, we have seen Puzzle come in and scout, and he has seen no gases. He's taken his second gas back at home, and as I was listening, it sounds like Sella wants to keep his strategy a complete secret from us. He doesn't want us to know what he's
I'm actually pretty sure that if you would have waited another minute until you took over, I would have been able to convince him. And if I would have to hit him with the elbow on the ribs, I don't care, but he would have spoiled the beans. Spilled the beans.
You're right, man. But here's the thing. Now we're going to sit here and wait just a minute anyways and find out.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't spoil the surprise. I've asked Sella a lot of the time for strategies, and usually he doesn't tell me. But I guess, you, like you said, you might have been able to convince him using some physical Caldor power. I don't know how else to explain that.
It works pretty well with Naniwa. I'm sure that Sella would have succumbed at some point as well.
Well, it feels good to be back here, man. I missed you while I was gone. See, Puzzle doing
I hope so.
Yeah, of course, man. I saw that you were casting with Artosis. I was a little bit jealous, but I trust Artosis. I know he's not going to steal you away from me.
Nah, he can try, but
Puzzle is going for a 1-gate Nexus with double gas here. This is something that's becoming a little bit more popular because you can get your Robo really fast when you do this. And if your opponent is going for a 1-barracks expand, usually, even if he follows up with 2 barracks, as we do see Maru doing here, he's going to be able to put Marine pressure on. But if you have good force field micro and good map awareness, usually you can hold off the Marine pressure, even if you tag up very quickly to that Robo. So this is kind of a unique way of playing for Puzzle. Later Nexus, faster Robo, weaker Gateway Army, but I like it.
I'm actually pretty interested in what exactly Maru is going to do now, and also how he's going to fare in this group. But the last Protoss player we saw him face was his teammate Creator, and Creator finished him off with a 2-0, and therefore Maru now in the up and downs. What do you personally think? Do you think that the games against Creator were kind of unique because they're in the same team and don't really reflect his PVT, or do you think that today will be a pretty tough, a lot of pretty tough matches for him?
Yeah, I think today's going to be tough for him, but I expect that Maru will get out here actually today. I think he has the potential to get out even easily, but it's going to depend on his mentality here because he is facing a lot of superstars in here. He's being Puzzle right off the bat, right away, first here, and Puzzle's someone who's kind of similar to Creator as far as his results go, but I think that Creator's even a better player than Puzzle in this matchup. Oh, Maru's going to try to catch this Stalker. Nice micro by both players. Maru not overextending there. Good reaction by Puzzle. And we see a Twilight Council Caldor going down very quickly for Puzzle here. No Forges just yet. Looks like he wants to get the Blink out very, very quickly. It does give him the opportunity to pressure a potential third base and also the front of Maru. Maru's scouting information right now, though, is pretty much, he's pretty much seen everything. He hasn't seen the Twilight Council, but he's making a bunker right now, a second one, just to make sure he doesn't get busted by the Immortals. Oh my god, this is the last thing I expected to see at this time. He has a Twilight Council, Templar Archives. He's just rushing Storm here.
Oh, but the Stalker dies, so this is definitely a little bit annoying, because right now he doesn't have any scouting on the map. Well, he has 2 observers.
But yeah, one's in the main base, one's out in the middle of the map, but it's going to be less comfortable for him because he can't move his observer too closely up to the front or he's going to lose it.
He won't be able to get the Nagata Watchtower.
Yeah. This is really interesting. The only player I've ever seen something do... There's some...
Parting.
Yeah, Parting has done this, and Oz actually as well. Now that I think about it, Oz has done stuff like this. We're getting very fast Storm research. I've seen some players also do this against like 1-1-1 builds and try to hold with Storm instead of Colossi, and try to use the High Templar for feedbacks on the Raven and things like that as well. But this is, again, very rare. Oh, he takes out the Observer. Maru is actually so good at finding and killing those Observers. It's really amazing to watch.
He's great. He has a very, very huge map awareness. I really like how he pulls this off over and over again. And now he's starting to move out with the first few Marines. At least he's trying to be a little bit more aggressive here. That kind of... Do you remember the games against Creator? That was actually one of the reasons why he lost the game on Cloud Kingdom, because he tried to push out with his Marines and ran right into a bunch of Stalkers. Yeah. Suddenly the sentries joined the fight, force-fielded him, and he could not retreat to the bunkers. So sometimes he might be a little bit overzealous, but now he's starting to push out here. Storm is done, though.
This is that very normal push with the 2 medevacs and a few Mirage, but you're right. Storm is done, and there are no attack upgrades for Maru. You got a 3rd base, and he does not have +1 just yet.
And he has no combat shield.
No combat shields at all. Not even started.
And that would be a big problem as soon as those storms hit, and he has a lot of High Templars.
Yep, he has, in fact, 3 High Templar out, and I believe all of them have enough for 1 Storm right now.
Yep.
Yeah, they all do. So this is going to be pretty tough to hold. I'm going to use the Factory here to defend against his units, but I'm not sure how much I actually like this. The medevacs do not have enough energy to be insta-killed by the feedbacks either.
He should not commit here. Committing here would definitely be just way too much of a risk, especially with combat shield not available, and they only have 45 hit points.
I think what he's thinking here is, I'm going to dodge these Storms, and he has so much gas in these Templar that if I can target them down, it's going to be worth it for me. But I'm not sure. He's dodging one a little bit. He forces an Archon here. He's going to take down a Sentry, but in the end, definitely a better trade for Puzzle. I like the idea here from Maru, but it was just not good enough. He may lose his units over here on the side. The satellite group goes down.
God, he's on hold position. The Storm hits him hard, and now he lost all the advantages that he had. I don't like this by Maru at all. I mean, the idea is cute, but at the same time, as soon as he realized that Storm... Yeah, exactly. It was too much of a risk. He double expense, though.
Yeah, his idea is, I'm going to put pressure on here. I'm going to kill his tech units because they're exposed High Templar. He's probably thinking, there's not that many units next to them. If I can dodge these Storms, I can target down these Templar. He probably doesn't have very much experience against this type of build, so he's trying to find a hole or a weak point here, but it just turns out that Puzzle Storms were good. He lost his second group of units as well, and from here, Puzzle can now take a 3rd base basically for free.
The one thing that Maru definitely has going for him is that at this point, he's getting 2 command centers. So this might be something... Actually, he already has the 3rd and is getting now the 4th. And if Puzzle is not going to be aggressive here, then suddenly he will face a Terran player with a stellar economy. And this is exactly what Maru needs. He needs to be a little bit greedy here after he took those initial blows.
You're right. Right now, Puzzle is moving out with 5 High Templar with Storms. The bunkers, for the most part, have been salvaged, but I don't like the idea of attacking into a defensive Terran army, even with Storm. With good concaves, you're going to be in trouble. The Templar are a little bit out of position here. Maru's Storm is just a few Marauders.
What he also just finished is the Ghost Academy, by the way. He does not start with the Mirror's Director, but, tries to snipe a few of these High Templars, not succeeding.
He does not succeed, but he baits out the Storms, and now he's chasing away here. Oh, this is actually really interesting. I didn't expect Maru to be this aggressive, but it's working out for him quite well.
He just makes sure that he's always in a position where he can move his forces. As soon as he's in a defensive and is trying to defend his base, then suddenly he does not have a lot of room to maneuver. So he's pushing out, using Stim, trying just to run past his opponent's army, taking down a Templar or 2, and putting a lot of pressure onto Puzzle's army. And the Protoss decides to fall back here, and this might be exactly what Maru needs. He's going for the Mobius Reactor right now. He's even getting a Planetary Fortress at his 4th. He already has 3 orbitals, and time is working in his favor at this point.
Yeah,
his economy
man.
is brilliant.
His economy is great. He's got 2/2 upgrades on the way versus Puzzle just now getting +1 for his armor, or for his weapons. He only has 1 armor, and we're going to see a big split push here. Maru going down the front of the natural. His drops are going to the third. There are some cannons, but they're a little bit out of position here.
Oh, and this drop is happening right now, trying to get in range of the probes. Does a good job here. The Warped-in Zealot bites the dust immediately, and here come the reinforcements, while Maru is still active with the rest of his army. Might have to lift off here. He definitely should. He's eating a storm, and all these Marines Marauders are just dying, but the drop in the main base,
drop in the main base.
That's what's going to count here.
Yeah, this is really what's going to count. You're exactly right. The Colossus coming over, trying to help out. He's going to want to pull that back. Nice micro by Puzzle, and
it's
Maru losing way too much here.
Oh, wow. It actually survives. The Colossus survives, and Maru not really cost efficient at this point. But does he really have to be? He has the better economy. He has 60 harvesters against 63. He has 3 mules as well.
And he's already building up the better
lines.
upgrades. He's getting the +1 for his Vikings. He's also getting the second starport. He has the Ghost Academy up. He got the Mobius Reactor, as you mentioned. And even though it was not the best trade for him, it was an okay trade. He's got the better economy, better upgrades, and he's forced Puzzle now to be a little bit on the defensive.
And in regards to resources lost, both of them lost roughly the same amount of resources over the course of the game. So definitely something that we should keep in mind here. And
ooh, he's going to commit again, and I really do not like that this time. If he loses these units and these medevacs, he is going to lose the game probably right afterwards. He will get away with this, though, maybe.
He's just saw one of the medivacs, and the problem that I have is that a lot of these medivacs are already damaged, so feedback can take them down. He scans ahead, and here comes the storm. No feedback, and this could actually work. The storm was well placed, but it's not enough. One storm will not turn the tides of this battle.
Yep, this is a pretty big gamble by Maru, but so far it's paying off. One Colossus goes down. The second one may fall. It does go down. Nice target by Maru here, and if he gets his pylon and gets out, I will be impressed, and that is exactly what he will get.
And Wolf, do you know what he got as well? He killed the Robo.
Yep, Turbo Robo now down. On the way for Puzzle as a result. Yeah, he took it out. Nice target fire by Maru. Great decision making overall. Puzzle going to go for a little bit of harassment at this completely undefended third base of Maru, but he's going to be able to pull away really easily. He's not losing too much considering he has the fourth base up and running as well, but he is going to have to defend against the pretty big push that's coming across for Puzzle now. He's got a lot of storms available, decent zealot count, and a few Archons in the mix as well.
3-3 is on the way right now as we speak for Maru. He's in a really good situation regarding his upgrades. He's way ahead of his opponent at this point. And now we have Vikings building. Maru is in a really good position now. Puzzle on 3 bases is definitely not out of the game, but the advantage is definitely, well, Maru
it's quite large, yeah.
Yeah, because now the double Robo finishes and he can start with the Colossi production again, but we already have a lot of Vikings for Maru, so I don't know if Colossi is really what he wants to go here now.
Yeah, he's making 3 Vikings at a time. He already has the +1. A good storm here, hitting the bio and then hitting the Vikings. Maru not moving his Vikings, taking a lot of damage, but the Ghosts do pursue. And Puzzle is going to be forced back by this. He does not really have any more power in this army now that he's used all of his storms. A few more defensive Templar are now coming down here. It's all going to come down to these storms. The Ghost is in position, though. A pre-storm, a second storm does go down. Maru pulls back, but I think now he has the much better army.
He's going in with a stim right now, trying to chase down the army of Puzzle. Puzzle retreating, another Templar in position, trying to storm, but the snipes of the Ghosts take him down, and here comes Maru primed, going in for the kill, taking down the Fortress pylons as well, and Puzzle is struggling here. Maru about to win the game, or retreating for now.
Yeah, retreating for now, but as his reinforcements come across the map, you can see a big chunk of units on the mini-map heading across there, and they are going to be enough to reinforce and end Puzzle's life here. Puzzle desperately trying to warp in Templar, but there's no Kyadrian Amulet anymore.
So the supply advantage for Maru is actually gigantic at this point. A lot of minerals left for Maru too, and he's about to finish his +3 attack armor upgrade. He already has the attack upgrade. He has the Vikings. He has the +2 attack for the Vikings on the way, and this force at the right side of the map, able to force a cancel on the 4th, and the drop in the main base. He's going to seal the deal here, targeting the production buildings.
Pulling his Marauders over to target down Colossi while using his main force to take out these expensive Templar, and Puzzle basically has no answer. Even though he will likely clean this entire army up, it's not going to be enough he's not going to have any recourse here. He's lost so many units. The medevacs for the most part do fall, and in fact Maru will get out with about 12 Marauders.
And the thing is that Puzzle lost not only some of his gateways, the production capabilities that he had, but at the same time he lost the cybernetics core, and he just lost too much tech. So this is really, really tough.
If he stopped
Another force attacks the...
If he stopped this one, he would be okay, but he just can't.
Nah.
He can't stop it, and
it's too much DPS.
He's going to kill the Nexus. At this point, this will basically put Maru way ahead in the economy. Before, there was a little bit of harassment. We didn't get on screen where Maru killed a bunch of probes, or Puzzle killed a bunch of SEs, but look at this, double Colossi falling. 157 to 105 here. GG! And as I said, man, I think Maru definitely the favorite in this match. He showed it for sure.
Yeah, he played really well here. Once again, the youngster able to take a win. And he is off to a very good start in this up and down group.
Yeah, Puzzle looking not too shaken by that match. It was a tough one for him. I think the upgrades were the key because Maru's drops were not very cost efficient. The upgrades in the economy, he took the double expand and then continued to attack. And yeah, it wasn't cost efficient, but he kept Puzzle in his base. And he got the faster upgrades. And that one fight at the natural where Maru basically clinched the game, it was 2-2 against 1-1 or 1-0 like at the beginning in there. And then like things got worse and worse the more he attacked. I don't even know exactly what the upgrades were in all those fights, but Puzzle was always behind. He had a weird upgrade
he was way behind. At some point he fought with 1-1 against 2-2, so that was definitely a huge problem for him. And Puzzle's team is a little bit more shaken than I actually thought when we first got a shot of him after the game, so he's just talking to Seller and trying to get an idea about what he's going to do against the next turn opponent that he's facing. But for now we have a mirror match coming up, and this is going to be a good one. We have Finn against Alive.
Yeah, this should be really exciting, man. Finn not showing the best play as of late, but he was able to secure his spot in the up and down matches.
Yep.
Alive, though, looking on fire, doing great not only in Korea, but also in foreign events as well, taking IPL into his hands. And I mean, like,
and I always want to talk about, when it comes down to Alive, about Iron Squid as well. He finished 4th, he finished last from all the 4 players that traveled to Paris. But the games that he played, they were so close. He could have won every single one of them. All the games ended like 3-2, and it was really, really close.
He lost to Symbol, right?
He lost to...
or was that...
no, he didn't lose to Symbol. He lost to Nestea, and he lost to
right.
MMA. But all the games were really, really close, so I have to say that Alive is looking pretty strong. I actually talked to him earlier, and you know Alive. It's always the same. It's like, so how do you feel? And he's like, not good. And I'm like, why? And he's like, mi chobo. The last time that he told me that he isn't feeling too well and that he actually thinks he's a bad player, he won IPL. And when I mentioned it, he said like, me lucky. He's really, really modest. He will never tell you that he's a player who can take a tournament or whatever.
Yep.
So he will tell you that he's practicing hard and that he does a lot in order to prepare. And he does. But at the same time, he's always so modest when you ask him, do you think you have a chance to win those games? And he's like, maybe not.
Yeah, well, this should be a really interesting match because it's going to take place on Daybreak as well, and TVTs on Daybreak can be quite crazy. This is a very good map for Marine Tank, but mech play also very common here. If we're going to see one of these two players use mech, I think it's going to be Alive. But to be perfectly honest, Caldor, I think we're going to see Marine Tank from both of them. We'll find out how they open here at the GSL up and down matches. This is our 3rd game. I am Wolf. With me is Caldor. Here we go. This is a new intro song. I kind of like it.